Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm John, and this is about the HOA. So yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, it was decided that they were going to split what fell under the contract and what didn't.
Right.
And now we're responsible for some stuff. They decided what they were going to include and not include, and at least one of those items was not quote unquote in our contract under the HOA's responsibility, which was leaf.
Right.
And they decided to take that, which technically, I guess, broke the rules.
So they're no longer doing it.
No, they are going
They're
to.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So at first they wasn't doing leaf collection.
They were. But if you read the documents, at least my documents, they weren't required to do it. And they were. So then they decided, the group that decided that they would do those and not other things. Which, to me, is you decided to not follow the strict contract, and then you decided to do something that you weren't required to do, which left the whole thing up to being kind of arbitrary.
Right. And it would seem a lot of people say the problem with HOA, they're not regulated by nobody. They just make rules. They are regulated?
No, they're not.
They're not. Okay, so okay. I just want to be clear or whatever. Yeah. Because to be able to do that, I'm trying to tell you that this audience is totally, they're upset.
Oh yeah.
And so my thing is,
upset people.
And so my thing is, hey, if they're serious about trying to get legal, I want to be able to come out here and see who's willing to put in a voice, because some people are saying, where's the facts? And so I want to be able to bring them, hey, here's the voice of the people that live here.
So there are quite a few. I went to the meeting.
Right.
There are quite a few people unhappy.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of on the neutral side of, I think you did it wrong, but whatever.
Right.
But there are quite a few people that are very upset.
What is the difference in the old price than the new price?
So what they did was, at least for this neighborhood, was they lowered the price of what they charge. And then they're requiring you to get your own mulch, your own this, your own that, your own this. And if you added that to what you're paying now, then it went way up.
Gotcha. So basically they put you in a situation where most people around here, I've seen most of the people, I've done work here, a lot of people are very old, they don't have that energy to come out and mulch all of this, and so they made it a impossible situation where you're gonna say, give me that service, and now the rate is up.
Yeah. And you know, I've seen some people have decided to do their own, and they're doing some bag stuff. They don't have a yard this big.
Right.
I've seen some around the corner that are using pine needles instead of mulch. It's the house on the last house if you go around the curve. They're using pine needles instead of mulch.
Right.
So it's going to look different.
Yeah. And yet HOA used to be a thing about uniformity, right? So now they don't care about uniformity because everybody, that's amazing. Because I'm trying to tell you, most HOAs, there is if this is a tree here, it's a tree here, but now people can put whatever they want. So that's there's quite a few people that are pretty upset. Right. Am I going the right direction for the homes that fell under it? Okay.
It's this side of the...
It's this side that's under the HOA stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I knock on these doors...
Yeah, it's this side of Casey Boulevard.
Okay, this side of Casey Boulevard. Yeah. That's Casey, that main strip I came off.
Main strip.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's part of them across the street too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was just...
No.
Oh, man.
No, so... I don't know if their fees went up or down, because they were always different from our neighborhood, and they had different fees anyway. But yeah, this side of Casey is all the same fee structure.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, thank Hello. Do y'all live in this community right here?
We don't.
You don't? Just walking through?
Yep.
Okay. Y'all enjoying this good weather? Oh, yeah. Hello. My name is John. I'm just speaking with one of your neighbors, but I'm looking to speak to for a few of y'all. So I've done some work here in the community, and a while back I came into the knowledge about the HOA stuff that went on, where they cut the service, but they were still taking the fees from you all, and then they hired a new company. But talking to one of your neighbors, they made the fine print so suspect where you either get their service or you don't get their service, where the fees are crazy and everything. So I'm just trying to get people's input here personally, how people feel about it. So, I mean,
I don't have a problem.
You don't have a problem with it. So you're okay with the change?
I'm okay with the change.
Okay, okay. All right, then, well, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Yes, my name is John. So a while ago, I found out by working over here with the whole HOA thing, where they had changed the rules up. Well, actually, they had canceled that company, but y'all had to do your own lawns and still was paying fees until they finally hired somebody new. I know when they hired somebody new, I know more now today from talking to somebody else, that they made the fine print so interesting where you can fall under them, you can do your own mulch, or you may not if you pay their fee, you know, so it's kind of tricky. But anyway, I have a YouTube following, and right now I've told them about you all issue, and a lot of them are upset about it. I'm out to get you all feedback for anybody who's willing to give it, so that this audience can have facts on how everybody feel about it. So are you willing to say how you feel about it, if you think it's fair, unfair, what you like about the change, what you don't like about the change, anything like that?
Well, I don't get involved in that because it's been such a big thing. And we're one of the people who don't have to pay right now.
So, okay, so you're one of the ones who got kind of like grandfather out of it.
Right.
Okay, so it's not your issue then.
No.
It's others. Okay.
It's other people.
Okay. Okay. Because the guy told me the houses this way felt. So is it some houses this way and some not?
It's houses. It's the next two houses after us.
Okay, after you all.
On this side.
Okay.
Are also grandfathered out.
Okay.
And so it's everybody after that.
After that.
Who has to pay.
Okay. Could I ask you this? If you had fell under it, and it's not hypothetical, would you find more of an issue with it had you had to be under it?
Oh yeah, probably. My husband wants to do it himself.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes, and we've been paying for it, even though we weren't covered by it. It was kind of
Right.
not enforced.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we were paying for it, even though we weren't receiving anything.
Gotcha.
For 9 years.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
we're very happy we don't have to pay for it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And just so you know, I'm gonna be taking this conversation back to my audience. If you want me to, I can blur your face out. But if you say you don't mind, I'll leave it open. So it's up to you.
Yeah, blur my face.
Blur your face. Yes.
I just don't want to be involved.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
How you doing? First question. That way, because some people I know fell up under it, some people didn't. This new HOA change, are you bound under it, or you one of the ones who don't have to be under it?
What HOA change? Which one are we talking about?
So I know a while ago they canceled, or the old service got discontinued, and at that point I know some of the people had to clean up their own property or hire somebody.
Right.
I know they now have hired a new company,
Right.
but in them hiring the new company, I know that the prices, I'm gonna say they went up, but also they went down depending on how you look at it. So this is more information I'm getting as I talk to different ones, and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. Did you fall under that, or you not bound under any of that?
I'm not bound by it, but I've signed up for it.
You signed up for it. Okay, so you chose to be under that.
I did.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't like the new change. Why would you choose to be under it?
Because the company that's servicing this section right here,
Right.
had a pretty good recommendation.
Okay. So the previous company that they had before, they did bad service.
Well, they low bid us, and then they couldn't make any money, so
So they came out, they barely did any work because now the money.
yeah.
Okay.
Whereas
So
the others I did some comparisons, and the others they did the price is more, but it's reasonable.
right.
So
So the thing is, because I have a social media following, and so when I first gave them this story, they were upset with these changes. They just
what is your purpose?
my purpose is to come out here because they want to hear people's voices.
Who?
My social media following. But it's interesting, you're someone who opted in to what others believe is unfair. So it's a mixed emotions is what I'm getting here.
I've heard arguments at the meetings.
Now let me ask you this.
You get what you pay for.
But
And if you don't willing to pay for it, you ain't going to get much.
that is true. But were you familiar with the old price before this price?
Yeah.
Because everybody can't afford the same. So that's going to be one thing. Some people can't afford a difference. What is the difference in that old price versus the new price?
For me, the basic price is less.
What's the basic price?
$610, 3 months.
$610. Because I've heard $1,400 from another resident, and of course another guy just said that's if you like right now you could do your own mulch or you can do your own this.
I paid for that too.
But
I paid on top of that.
right. So they're saying, I guess with the full package, which most people are going to opt in because a lot of people here, I've seen them, they got gout, they're very old, they're fragile, so they're going to pay it. So they're paying more money, and it seems forced when you don't have. You say you got an option, but do you have an option? A older person don't really have a. And I'm not here to speak against age, but so I deal with a lot of elderly people. They have blood conditions. I mean, come on, who can be out in the hot sun? And so I'm not here to speak. I don't speak against elderly.
Well, no.
I'm sitting here to be realistic. Their options that they gave the elderly are not realistic, is what I'm saying.
Well, I paid for. I moved from a house where I paid for having my lawn mowed and the mulch every spring and all that.
Right.
Okay, and that was quite a while ago.
Right.
But I paid a lot more than I pay here.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
So
going great.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
Now the question is, will they do a quality job? We're going to find out.
Well, yeah, that is true. But when you live in under certain rules, trust me, I totally agree with you. You get what you pay for. We do lawn care, me and my wife, and the people that we do work for, they love the work because we actually give quality care.
So you're here looking for business? Or?
No, sir. I'm here to be a voice for this community to take back to my audience, and then let them decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's.
I've learned one thing about the community is you're not going to satisfy everybody.
This is true.
You know, so you're always going to have some complainers, and I've been a complainer about certain things too. But that's between me and whomever.
Gotcha.
But anyway, now you get what you pay for.
Yes, sir. Question. I can blur you out of my content, or if you say you don't care about me showing you, which would you prefer?
I prefer you blur me out.
Blur you. Just your face is good, or you want the whole body? The whole body. Oh, come on, you're looking sharp. All right, sir. All right. Another lady told me the next two houses Okay, y'all. Now this interesting right here. This woman looks young. Now she can't be living over here, but I want to speed up. I want to speed walk. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. What would she have to say? Do she even live over here?
Hi there.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, all right. You live here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, well, you just popped my bubble because I thought this was a full 100% senior citizen
No,
community.
sir, there are a lot of senior citizens, but it is not 100%.
Not 100%. I thought it was. Listen, and everything. But anyway, I'm over here to speak to my senior citizens, but you yourself, even though you're not, I'm on social media. I have a following.
Yeah.
I found out about the HOA change some time ago, dealing with when they discontinued the lawn care, and then y'all had to do your own stuff for a while, and then they hired a new company. Depending on how you look at it, the price is lower, even though the price is lower, you out here doing more work in your yard, or the price is higher, and they're doing the work for you. Did you fall under that or not under that?
Yes.
You fell under it. Now, how do you feel about that?
Now,
Before you say what you're going to say, I just need to ask this now. I'm going to take this back to my social media following so they can hear it. I can blur you out if you say that, or if you don't care, then that's cool.
I mean, I would prefer to not be broadcast on a social media platform.
Okay, so blur you out?
Sure.
Okay, I blew you out.
Yeah.
Okay, but go ahead.
I think we have an all-volunteer run HOA, and I can understand and respect that they have a challenging position.
Gotcha.
And so we will do whatever we need to do to keep our lawn in the shape we want it to be in.
Gotcha. So even though you're saying you got respect because you understand everybody got a job, but that's what it sounds like. Do you still think it's fair to change up?
I haven't taken the time to research all the numbers.
Gotcha.
So I don't feel like I
Can really say too much on it.
Opinion on that.
Gotcha.
I think we did sign up for extra services through the landscaping company, and we've been happy with them so far.
Gotcha. Okay then. Well, thank you, ma'am.
All right.
All right, y'all. We're getting mixed emotions, but this is good. All right, they might not be home. I did speak with the couple at this residence. Unfortunately, the guy was unhappy that I didn't lead with letting him know my camera was recording. What I was doing was letting people know when I got done talking to them, hey, my camera's on, I can blur you out, I cannot use the footage. If you don't care, I just leave it open. But he felt I should have led with it, so I assured him what we talked about won't even make the video. So we're gonna move on to the next one, y'all. All right. So I think this house for sale. That's a key thing on there. I think this house is for sale, y'all. You look at the door right there. All right. Easy, easy. Be nice, be nice. I don't got my running shoes on. I got on Crocs. I don't got on no running shoes. I got on Crocs. Be nice. Be nice. All right. Nobody's home? All right. Bye, doggy. I'm leaving now. Right now, we got mixed feedback. And what the guy said earlier, I'm totally in agreement about. HOA is a uniformity type, community. But it doesn't matter. What matters is for me to try to gather some more information from different ones, see how they feel about it. And then I'm going to bring this back to you all, which you all will be watching it. And then right now, from what I'm hearing from everybody, you would have to know who was at the meeting, who was upset with this change. You would have to know who was in the meeting. And how you going to find out who was in the meeting? Because the guy said there were those who were upset, but then also you got the people who are not upset. You had the one guy who opted into this thing. And also, some people, he probably opted in. I didn't want to say it to him, but he probably opted in because he can afford it. It probably doesn't affect him one way or another. Like he said, he was paying more for lawn maintenance when he was living, obviously, at his own house somewhere else. He was paying more. So this fee don't mean nothing to him. So that's a no-brainer for him. He's like, well, you know what? This fee is nothing compared to what I was paying before. So that's why he opted in. Oh. But anyway. All right. Whew. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm out in the back. I'm heading front.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
Give me a moment.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give me a chance to check on this new rings technology.
Oh, am I the first one you tested it on?
You are.
And my wife been telling me we need to get Ring back. I hope she don't find out that you love it so much.
Well, I don't know. I heard it go off, and now my dog is barking because the dog knew you were there.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Okay. That's called feedback loop.
Yeah. We got ADT, but my wife been like, we need to get Ring back because she like the camera angle is better and everything. But anyway, my name is John Dixon. I'm a lawn care provider, but that's not why I'm here. I've done some of the lawns here when the HOA thing went, when they had canceled the previous service, and then for a while you had to do your own yard or hire somebody, and then they hired somebody else on new. Now before I continue, as I have to let everybody know, I am recording. I can blur you out altogether. You can say, hey, I don't want to talk about it, or you can say I don't care, but I just need you to know that so that it's transparent.
Okay, well, I can tell you up front, we're already got it covered for the year, so we're already done. We paid for it, so there's nothing more really to be done, so we don't need any more services. So, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Gotcha. Now, can I say this, though? I'm not here to offer my service.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
You have a good day.
All right. Social media. There's a lot of people who love social media, and a lot of people don't care for it. But you know what I think? I think until they know you, they don't care for it. I think everybody likes social media for the most part. I just think you have to know the person, And what I mean is, let's say that I was hello.
Hi.
How you doing? My name is John Dixon. I'm a lawn care provider, but I'm not here to offer my service. A while ago, I came over here to do some lawn care for a lady, but I found out about the HOA thing where they had discontinued the service with the previous company, and then for a while you had to do your own yard or you had to hire someone. But I do know they have now hired somebody else on new now.
Right.
When I took this story to my social media platform, a lot of people did not like the way HOA was doing you all. So I'm out here now to get you all's feedback. For those who don't mind giving their feedback, that just to let you know, I'm recording. I can blur you out. You can say, hey, I don't care either way, or it's just your decision, but I need you to know that I'm recording of us. How do you feel about it?
Well, I don't understand what they're doing, but I'm not going to get into a fight with them. I have a really good lawn man.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're paying for your own service.
Yes.
So you're one of the ones who were able to not be under HOA then.
Well, I pay the HOA fee every quarter. You pay a fee regardless.
No, but I'm talking about the landscaping portion.
Right.
Because I heard there's two fees. I heard y'all got two fees. There's the regular HOA fee, but then there's a landscaping fee.
Yeah, they were going to charge us extra for mowing our lawn and for mulching.
Right.
I think those were the extras, or seeding the lawn or fertilizing. And my guy is doing a great job.
Right.
For less than that other
company. And so there are some people who don't have that option to not use HOA. They have to use HOA.
It's like over $1,000 a year, and then they were going to charge me $450 for mulching, and my guy did it for $250.
Wow. And that's what I'm talking about. So you're blessed. I'm just going to tell you, you're blessed that you can make your own decision, meaning that you're like grandfather out of HOA.
Because I just got my pool passes, and I met the man who manages Chesapeake, and he seems really helpful, and I don't want to, and he didn't indicate anything like that.
So right here, just so you can understand, I cut out a accusation that I heard HOA is up to. Because I don't want to put that out there, I cut it out. So she is responding to the accusation that I gave her from someone else, just so y'all can have that clarity. And now she's letting me know she met the manager of the HOA, and because he did not tell her about the accusation I just told her, she believed him to be a really nice man. But also I want you all to understand this. And again, this is just me. He's so nice, but you're not taking HOA deal. Let's say that again. He is so nice, but you're not taking HOA deal. And so people are going to be nice, which is what I was telling her. But I was telling her, be careful with nice. Because evidently nice didn't persuade you to buy or go with HOA new deal package. You're sticking with your own now.
Trying to be helpful.
Let's move. Right. Well, we're talking about HOA. We're not talking about the people who's doing the service. We're just talking about HOA. Yes, ma'am.
Well, the guy he's a manager for HOA.
He's a manager for HOA.
Yeah.
Well, even with being nice, I just want to say this, ma'am, because one thing about it, I love my senior citizens. A lot of people do, and everything. So nice doesn't exactly. Yes, ma'am. Nice doesn't mean fair, because actually nice is actually the face people put on to take advantage of people.
He was trying to be helpful, but if they force us to, then I'll talk to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I'll get they can't charge the fees.
Yes, ma'am.
That
I can't believe it. $450 to do just your mulch.
I think the man who took it over is trying to. He's got to make a living too.
Yeah, but look at it this way: a lot of our seniors and elderly are already on a fixed dollar, meaning that their dollar won't go up. It can go down, but it won't go up. So when you raise a rate, that extra money got to come from somewhere. And it's not like somebody for to say, oh, I got to go back to work. No, you all are living a life now where you're supposed to be able to relax. So that's where a lot of people probably don't like it. They don't have the extra money to pay a higher fee.
Well, they had meetings and things, and I wasn't able to go at the time, but they need to be clear in what they tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
They're not
transparency. Another guy said that, the transparency.
Yeah, this is what we're doing, and be detailed in what they send to us and say. But this new landscaper, I think he doesn't charge standard. It's which yard you have. He's charging for individual.
Gotcha.
And maybe over there he'll charge them $3 for the mulching. Who knows? But he looked at mine and said would be $450. And I said, I don't think so.
All right. Take care, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Wow. A breath of fresh air. Thank you, Lord. Y'all, this right here gets it's uneasy, because you're asking people to be open and vulnerable and talk about things, and they don't know me from Adam. That's just a saying. They don't know me at all. So that was a breath of fresh air that she was willing to just be open and just talk about it. And there it is. Y'all heard them numbers. So I think this whole thing is based off of some people don't care because they got the money. They probably a retired astronaut or who knows. But everybody ain't living on a Hello. My name is John. Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And so a while ago I found out about the HOA when they canceled the service, and then you all had to do your own property for a while, and then they hired a new company. I'm here just trying to get people voice to take back to my social media following to let them hear how you all feel about it. Are you okay? You good? Okay, thank you. And this is open. So I home. Well, ooh, the lead work, man. But you got to do the lead work. You got to do the lead work. Hello.
Yes, sir.
A while ago, I found out about the HOA thing where they canceled the last company. You all had to do your own lawns for a while or hire somebody, and then they brought on a new company. Are you comfortable talking about that? How you feel about it?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, yes, sir.
But I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, have a good one.
All right. All right, y'all. I'll let you all be the ones to give your feedback on how you feel. You know, there's some pressures that I've never felt before, but I got to say, it's a respectable pressure. You think about people who go out and fight for their rights. Think about women. I mean, I'm not just women. Just think about people who go out and fight for their rights. Right now, I'm out here by myself, and this feels, it's some pressure behind this, y'all. Going out to try to, be a voice, not just talk about it on social media, but go do the lead work to be a voice. It's a feeling. The only thing that touches this that I've done before, and when I said women, let me not be dismissive of anything else. When you think about Dr. King and them and so forth, when you think about people who go fight for their rights, injustice, it's a real humbling feeling. And I know everybody gonna feel different about it, but it's a real different type of feeling. And I gotta respect the people, everybody's feedback. However, even the people who didn't want to speak, because that has happened in our history as well. There are those who chose to be silent for different reasons. And a lot of times we attack people who want to be silent, but you can't do that. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with that. Like, no. Everybody should speak up. Some people aren't built to speak up. So then your voice, who don't mind speaking up, you now got to speak up 10 times louder to cover those 9. You got to cover yourself, but now you got to cover 9 that don't have it in them to speak up. Again, I say the only other thing that come to mind that's humbling to this is I have intentionally stood on a corner before with a sign. I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. And there was a bona fide humbling feeling of knowing how people feel who have to stand on that corner to ask for help. Now, I wasn't asking for help when I did it. I was actually offering. What was I out there doing? What my sign said? I don't know if I was asking people to sign up for my YouTube channel. I don't know what I can't remember what I was doing. But just know I wasn't asking nothing from nobody. In a sense of give me $1 or nothing like that. But the way people stared at me, the way people intentionally didn't want to look at me, I can see it, I could feel it. And here's what I did. I hid behind some glasses at first. I had them some shades because there's something about making eye contact. But y'all, after seeing it for so much, the way people were, I took the glasses off. In order to, because what started going through my mind was how people was feeling, how people feel who actually stand on that corner. asking for help. And so even though I was out there for my own other agenda, I began to wear the agenda of those who stand here, who have to stand here. All right. Well, y'all have it. Give me your feedback. I mean, if y'all want my feedback, if there's somebody out there, because I would never tell nobody don't do. If there was just one person in here, one person who said, you know what, it's not right, for whatever reason, and there was somebody out there who could do it, or if there was enough people out there to say, you know, we're going to back that one person, then I say go for it.